Welcome back to Warped Reactions. I'm Reese. Today we're going to be watching the penultimate episode of The Flash. Last time, very mediocre episode. It felt very Keone centered, which is why I thought those parts just sucked because Keone is like not a good character. Yeah, she just feels so pointless. It feels like it's just for a final season. Why are we focusing on Keone and Mark and I just they're very new characters and they're putting so much time to both of them. It'd be like in the final season of Arrow if they just had like an entire episode dedicated to freaking Emiko or something like that. Or like if not Curtis, if Diggle just died and then like got brought back and David Ramsey played some other version of that character. Like it doesn't work. I feel like it doesn't just work in the slightest. Um, no Barry in the episode, which also I think is stupid. Because it's the final season of The Flash. Why do you not have Barry in your episode? The Eddie stuff was cool. Oh, I guess it's not. No, he is Eddie. Eddie, not Eddie. Whatever. Cobalt Blue. I'm a little disappointed that we only have 2 episodes of the show left, and like he hasn't met our characters yet. He hasn't really became the villain yet. Like that. It feels like all these seeds of Cobalt Blue should have happened in like the first episode. Or even just like after Red Death. Like instead of those 3 filler episodes. Or even have those 3 filler episodes, but somehow work it into the overarching story. Which is what like they used to do when they had filler. When they used to have filler, they'd at least like tie it in a little bit. Like it would have been so easy to tie in Cobalt Blue, and then by the time you get to the final arc, is like when he's the villain, and like you could have had him meet the characters in the first part of the arc, not us get introduced to him in the final part of the arc. It just it really disappoints me because I was hoping that Flash would have this like comeback and this triumphant end, but instead that I feel how Game of Thrones felt. Game of Thrones fans felt now. Um, and I haven't seen Game of Thrones, but I can almost guarantee that this last season is worse than that last season. Like, there's no way. I've seen like clips of at least just like the battle scenes in Game of Thrones final season, and this is like somehow worse. Which it just sucks because Flash used to be so good, and we've got like we know that they could do good, or Eric Wallace or whatever his name is, like because we've got 2 of the best episodes the show has ever done. So I'm confused because I don't. It at this point it feels like they're doing it on purpose. They're like purposefully making it bad, which makes no sense to me. Um, like I'm hoping these last 2 episodes are great because like we've gotten like episodes 9 and 10, some of the best episodes the show's ever had. I'm hoping 11 and not 11. I'm hoping 12 and 13 are good too. I have more hopes for the series finale than I do this episode, though. I haven't heard great things about this episode. I've heard it's just kind of the same as, I mean, a little better than last episode, which is disappointing to say the least. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for learning more about Cobalt Blue, and hopefully he actually interacts with our characters and maybe gets a suit or something, since there's only 2 episodes left. Yeah. I'm sure they're going to do a bunch of crap with Allegra and Cecile, because they're main characters, too, and they need their super suits, and they need their powers, and, I don't care. But, yeah, let's get into this episode.
I am Eddie Thawne. I'm alive, and I need to know why.
What the hell?
What?
We'll find Barry before that baby's born. Good call. She's got enough on her mind.
No way there's another episode without Barry.
If Barry dies and the Speed Force is extinguished, then this timeline and everything in it will be erased forever.
How the hell does that work? So just if Barry ever dies, the timeline's extinguished.
The Chronarch is no longer the monarch. Come on home.
Oh.
Was that Shui or what? Not bad for your first mission. Feel how proud he is of you from the Watchtower. I mean,
Watchtower?
but I'm ready for Dad to come home.
Hey, babe, the way you went supernova.
Wait, 2040
blast that man into the 64th
is
century.
20 years later and none of them have aged a day?
Dad has escaped from Argus already.
No.
Hold up, Cecile would be like
There is at the Flash Museum.
60 or 70.
Museum on top of our secret lair. Insane. Eddie died.
I just can't
How is he alive?
get past the fact that no one is... You haven't aged a day!
No idea, but all
None of you.
the DNA match.
They didn't even, like, make an attempt to make them look older.
The kind you only find.
Please. This can't be another episode with no Barry.
For any insight, temporal existence before coming back and teaching Jenna her multiplication tables. Yeah, you're right. That's easy peasy.
Remember, you're there not to find 2049.
I can't do this.
Wait, what happened? Did you see
I
Barry?
said I'm sorry. Okay, I can't do it.
What? The multiverse dies if you don't.
You can have that life if you take it.
What are these flowers? I don't get it. Blue. They're blue. Just like the crystal.
No,
The blue flowers are the blue like the crystal.
I need some air.
Finally! Jeez.
Dad,
Your dedication to the people that you love. It's a real virtue.
Dang. Chester's a G.
It's Avatar. Did you know? I can hear it right now.
Man, I'd want a whole season with him.
If it's
He's such a good actor.
or my own voice. If I choose the crystal, maybe I could be the hero. I could get the girl
This is so good.
and the family.
Why can't it just be like this all the time?
I know how much
Oh my gosh. Okay, they put, like, work into making her look old, but no one else.
Hey, Blue Eyes.
Cecile. In a Power Rangers outfit.
Face them together. Always.
can't wait.
Bye. Do not be the end of the episode. I swear. Oh, the blue flowers. What? This is, like, to be such a great scene. Why is there just this stupid ass song in the background? It's legit just ruining the scene. What? Oh my gosh. What is happening? This is so stupid. Whoa.
And end the legacy of Barry Allen forever.
This is just a terrible song choice. Well, I don't know what to think. It was better than last episode, I'll give it that. Like, by no means it wasn't like a bad episode. It's just the penultimate episode of the series was that. It feels like that episode, or it feels like these first 3 episodes should have been like the first 3 episodes of the season, or something like that. And yeah, I don't get it. I think I've said that every single episode. I say I don't get it, because I don't. There's the scene in the house when Eddie and Barry are talking. I think easily best scene of the episode, just because it's the characters interacting with each other and the characters have working things out and them growing that bond as like villain and friend. Because you can tell Barry doesn't want to like have Eddie be a villain, and like that'd be so good. But we have one episode left. Like, you know what would have been insane? Episodes 1 through 5. Episode 1, Eddie shows back up. And Eddie is there, a part of Team Flash. Like, through, or Malcolm. It could have been Malcolm. Malcolm shows back up in the present and is there and is a part of Team Flash through the Red Death stuff. Just as whatever, he's just back. He doesn't have to be a part of Team Flash. They can just know, they can just think that their friend is back. And then through like those filler episodes, you start to see him breaking a little bit. And you start to see him either as Eddie or Malcolm, I don't know. Either him realizing that he was Eddie, or you start to see him breaking down a bit. And then instead of going from, oh, we have him back for 3 episodes, but our characters just saw him now, and then he's just going to be a villain the next episode. Instead, you have him as like that friend again for the whole season, and then the final couple episodes, you can do this. You can make him the villain. Like, what the... We had more time with Red Death as a villain. This is 1 episode. We get 1 episode of him as a villain. What are they doing? What is happening? I was so excited going into episode 1. And what the heck did they do? It feels like they put no, like, creative effort. Okay, I don't want to say that, because obviously the actors all are doing a good job. The sets are good, costuming, whatever, yada yada. Just, it feels like the writers, I know, poor choice of time to talk about the writers, because of all, like, writers' strike stuff. But it feels like the writers just did not give a crap. It seems like they went with the easiest route. And it's not even the easiest route, because some random 18-year-old and frickin' no writing experience whatsoever, no anything, I just came up with something better than what they have already. That makes no sense. And obviously they have to iron out all the whatever, because I probably have some flaws in it. But just as a simple storyline to connect you, to connect something to the audience. Like, I recognize that the actor for Eddie is doing a good job and that he'll be a good villain next episode, but I didn't care. It didn't feel like we got Eddie back and then he made this switch. It feels like we got some weird amalgamation of Eddie that's not really Eddie, because he's already he's already going crazy by the time we see him. They should have just had him in there episode 1. At least, yeah, I hope next episode's good. I just don't know what to even expect anymore. I mean, this episode was good. It was just... it feels like an early episode. It feels like it should have been early on. I don't know how they're gonna... I already know next episode I think I'm gonna feel unsatisfied, because I do not know how they're gonna wrap up not only this... Okay, so they have to wrap up this, and they have to wrap up just the series as a whole. And normally in, shows, like Arrow did it, I feel like it did it perfectly with, Oliver's funeral and everything. Spoilers if you haven't seen Arrow, but I don't know why you're watching this if you haven't seen Arrow. But they wrapped up the series really well. Honestly, I feel like they wrapped up the season just with Crisis. But yeah, and they wrapped up the series really well, just with the flashbacks. We get one last fight. It's all of Oliver's friends are at his funeral. But are we just gonna have are we gonna have 30 minutes, 20 minutes of just villain whatever, and then Barry's punch him a couple times, and then Cecile's and then Allegra just shoots him with the light, and he's you can't defeat me, and then Barry's yeah, we can, because we're a team. And then they all just, destroy him? Is that what it's going to be? Because I got 100% see it being that. And if it is that, I'm... So either you're going to have a crappy wrap-up or fight or whatever of that villain, or you're going to have a crappy wrap-up of the show. And I really don't know, which one I want. I want both. There's a way to get both. And I'm not even, I'm not even, mad. It seems like I'm mad. I'm just disappointed. I think this is the most disappointed I've been in, a TV show season, ever. Because, there's bad seasons where, I kind of expected it. I expected it to be bad. This one, I had such hope after the first episode. The first episode was pretty good. The Red Death arc wasn't, utter dog shit, some of the previous arcs. So I was okay. Rocky start, and then all the 3 filler episodes happened, and I was you have got to be kidding me. But then we had the, Green Arrow episode, and the episode after that with all the full circle moment, and I was oh my gosh, Flash is going to redeem itself. These last 4 episodes, or these last 5 episodes, going to be amazing. I was freaking wrong. It's disappointing. Yeah. This is Warp Reactions. I will see you guys next week for the final time. Well, not the final time. Final episode of The Flash. Yeah.